Hey Quiet Creators, if you ever lack a little bit of self-confidence around talking to people in a public situation, in a social situation, which we all know about, then maybe this video is going to help you. So stick around. I've got 4 ways in which we can really overcome the fears and doubts and limitations we may have around talking to anyone with that little extra confidence. So here we go. Number 1 is to treat everyone like an equal. It's a weird thing because there's that whole thing about us thinking that we are the center of our universe, right? That we believe everything evolves around us. There's the world, and then there's us right in the middle of it. And it's an absolutely common thing to think. The problem with that is that every other person in the world is thinking exactly the same thing. So we're all thinking we're the center of the universe. And if we have that little bit of doubt around talking to people in a group setting, then that can really hold us back because it means that we don't think we're equal, right? It means that everybody is looking at us, thinking about us, critiquing us, judging us, and we're worried about what other people think, and then that stops us from communicating. But a really good tip is just to treat everyone as if we're equals. And we can take away titles, we can take away things that people say about themselves, and we go, whoa, you're much more equipped to do this than me. And I've come across that a lot. Imposter syndrome, right? So that's one thing. Treat everyone as if they're an equal, and it can stop us from thinking about the worries we have for ourselves. Number 2 is to slow down. There's an old saying of Frank Sinatra used to take advice from the US, of all people, government, in using 6 words before a pause. 6? Yeah, 6. 6 words before a pause, which is really weird, but when you see him and he talks and he will say something really important and he lets those words sink in. One thing I find, and maybe you find as well, is that when we're in a social situation, we can get a little bit panicky. The heart rate goes, the feel of blood pouring, sweating, like we're getting worried about what we're going to say. And because of that, we can end up talking really, really quick and, oh, yeah, and did you see the thing the other night? And there's no pause. There's no opportunity to just let information digest, right? For somebody to take it in. For us to stop, to breathe, to relax, and then to go again with something. And there's a really, really big power in the ability to hold a pause and even just to slow down our speech, just that little bit. So when I'm talking to you in a group situation and somebody comes over to me and I want to say hello to you, and I can just draw it back just 10%, and I can allow the words to come out. And there's something to play around with. It feels really weird to begin with. It still feels weird for me because I like to get my information out and I have to remember to breathe. But it also helps with the filler words. And we'll talk about that in another video. Filler words are a crazy issue that we can come across. So that's number 2. Number 3 is to make eye contact. Now I know I'm talking to you through the camera, right? But when we're out in public, we don't have this little screen in front of us that we can go, all right, that's my focus. There's my eye contact right in the camera lens, and nobody's looking back at me, so I can kind of look here all the time. If you did that with somebody in public, if you just stared at them, possibly without blinking, I think they may find that a little bit uncomfortable. So it's about the ability to come in and out of that communication through the eye contact. A lot of the time, and I'm a sucker for this, if I'm not feeling confident enough to go in and actually engage with somebody, or maybe I'm just not up to it that time of day, I end up looking down and I'm looking everywhere but at that person. And I'll walk out of that conversation and be like, oh my God, I have no idea what that person even looks like if it's a stranger, because I haven't made eye contact. So there are ways that you can do this. There are ways that you can practice. Number 1 is in front of a camera. Looking in front of that camera lens and saying, hey, okay, I'm going to try this. What does it feel like to talk right into the lens, but treat the lens as somebody's face looking back at you, right? So there's an exercise to do, and it can really help just to hold that attention between you and the person you're speaking to, and can help you build that confidence as well. Number 4 is to stop saying sorry or other confidence-killing phrases. That's what we call them, confidence-killing phrases. Things like, I am sorry. Things like asking a question when you've made a statement. Now, I live in Australia, and this happens a lot in everyday conversation. So I've got to get used to that as just part of normal communication here in Australia. But it's really powerful to be able to remove these confidence-killing phrases and to have authority and authenticity over what we say. Now, I used to say I'm sorry all the time. I'll make a statement. I'll make a point. I'll ask a question. And then at the end of it, I'll say, I'm sorry, as if I wanted to apologize because I didn't believe in what I was asking or saying or the point I was making in that conversation. And then somebody would say, hey, don't say I'm sorry. Like, you don't need to say I'm sorry. And then I'll be like, oh, I'm sorry. It'll go round and round and round and round. And the loop just continues, right? So that's one thing to practice, is removing these confidence killer phrases that can remove our ability to believe that what we have to say is of value. And so that's one thing to think about. So there's 4 things there. Take away. Let me know if there's any more that you can think about in the comments below. But there are 4 things, 4 ways that you can really start to practice and put into your communication with people when you're in a group, so that you have the ability to talk to anyone with just that little bit more confidence than you did the time before. Remember what we say, right? 1% better every time. We're going to speed that process up real quick, okay? So we don't need to go from 0 to 100. Just think every little engagement we have, can I think about something? Can I slow down my speech? Can I remove the confidence-killing phrases? Can I make a little bit more eye contact? Can I treat that person as an equal and not somebody up on a pedestal and I'm here, which removes my confidence? So let's have a go. Let's give it a practice, see how you get on with it. And remember, it's all the process. The journey is the process, right? So enjoy it.